Well, this I don't remember when the last time I spoke to you guys was. I had just come out of a bilateral ECT. Um, since then, I've been back in for another, and I've reached a decision at this point that I'm not doing that anymore. I ECT has done a lot for me, and it's done a lot against me. Um, I guess what I want to say first here is I don't want to down ECT if you're at your wits end and you don't know what else to do. It's an option. It's don't throw it out because people walk around bad mouthing it all the time. It is, however, it's not a treatment for the light of heart. It's and you really want it to be your last choice. You don't want it to be um like, oh, well, Depakote didn't work, so I guess I'll try ECT. Um, that You don't do that. As a matter of fact, I would probably recommend that you try lithium before you try ECT. And once you get past, if you've had to go all the way down to lithium and nothing's worked, um, yeah, ECT is probably a good choice there. I lithium worked great for me. It still works great for me. It's a fantastic drug for me. Um, whereas all those other Depakotes and stuff, not never worked. Depakote, Tegretol, I can't remember the others, but I did the list of them. Uh, and when I was told that I was basically going to have to get off lithium or look forward to um, kidney transplants because lithium just trashes your kidneys. Um, then I started to I needed something else, and I did a bunch of research, and the only thing that seemed to fit the bill was ECT, so I did it. Um, Most people do it for because they have uh, unilateral. Excuse me. Wrong term. Um, they have bipolar depression, or bipolar two, as it's called. Um, and I saw a few folks like that in the hospital while I was having my ECT done as well. I don't know how effective it is on that. I don't know if it's even something that you want to actually use on that. Um, I went in for bipolar one mania and such, and so one of the things that we wanted to try to get rid of. If I what lithium had always done for me was two things that no other drug could do for me. It it calmed down the suicidal ideation, which I was having. Spent half my day thinking about it, um, and it took care of. It didn't take care of it. It quieted down the mania and the noise and junk that was in my head. Um, so without it, which currently I'm taking a really small dosage because I started cutting my dosages back while I was in ECT. ECT did a fantastic job of getting rid of the suicidal ideation. I swear to God, from the time they put those electrodes on my head, I didn't, I, I didn't even think of it. The only time I thought about it is when someone asked me, "How's your suicidal ideation going?" Otherwise, I didn't even think about it. So it's real good for that. I don't know. Maybe it just kills all those brain cells. I'm not sure. Um, what I found out and what made me stop is I was hoping it would take care of the mania, and it didn't. Um, as I was cutting the lithium back and staying steadily on the ECT, I found that I was starting to become more manic and more manic, um, and I'm still moving in that direction. I kind of slowly build up to it, so it's hard for me to tell when I've reached a point of inappropriate mania versus appropriate mania, if there is such a thing. Um, but once I reach that point, I can tell in ECT, which I gave a fair shot. I gave like, I don't know, when I went back after my little break. I think someone told me. Some people are telling me I had four. Some people are telling me I had five or three. I only remember two, which is not surprising that I only remember two. I'm surprised at all the mixed uh, numbers I'm getting from other folks. I think that's kind of funny. Um, so, uh, I guess here's what I want to say before I sign off on my last ECT commentary. It has its good points. Um, and it will do well if you're in a bind, if you have if you don't have any place else to turn. Um, if you have any place at all else to turn, go there first. Don't don't go to ECT. It it turned my brain to mashed potatoes, and I only really noticed that after being off for a while. And being off for a while and then going back on, and I really noticed the difference then. Um, so it's okay. I mean, you snap out of it after a couple of days, but it really, I'm still fighting to get a lot of my memory back. Um, and it's just kind of, I don't, brutal is a strong word. Uh, it's it's really not kind to the rest of your body either, because it is screwing with your brain, which in turn gets to screw with your entire body, because it gets to screw with your entire central nervous system. Um, it's I felt lousy after every single one. I never felt good when I came home. I It took at least until the next day, if not later, for me to start to feel like I could do things like drive a car, talk on the telephone, um, you know, pretty much anything that required anything more than very simple thought process. Um, and the thing is, by the time I snap out of that, I was going weekly. So I'd snap out of it, and that would be like Friday, and I would just sit there and go, geez, can't I just stay like this instead of having to go back there on Monday? And we were gonna go to every other week, but I was waiting for a couple of things to happen. I was waiting to cut back on my lithium. I wanted to see how that was going, and I found that out. And I wanted to talk to my psychiatrist, who was out of town at the time. So um, timing was a little poor on my part, but I think this is the right decision for now. I may make the decision to go back into ECT, but it's gonna take something in my life's gonna have to really get fucked up for me to do that. Right now, I'm gonna try. I don't even know what I'm gonna try. The first thing I tried when we first stopped, which was a couple weeks ago, was drinking every day, which I'll go down to the bar and drink every day and talk to people and be social, and it's kind of like a little party for like 2 weeks. But I knew I couldn't continue to do that every day, and I So so that's out, and I'm not doing that every day now. I'm down to I get that down to like once a week. You know, um, that's my reward for not doing it the other 6 days. Um, Other than that, I don't know. I'm still looking for something else. If anyone has anything else, um, I would be happy to hear about it. Because there's a, I mean, I've been diagnosed with this for, wow, um, been diagnosed with it possibly for, because I don't quite remember anymore, but I think it was since 2000. I think I've been diagnosed with it for 15 years now. Um, and I've been digging for new solutions the whole time. New drugs, new procedures, blah, 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 blah. Everyone's heard the same old story. Most of you have been through it already. Um, that's about it. I'm signing off, probably for good. Um, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, you know, signing off for good. I mean, I'm not coming on to talk about ECT anymore. It's not the worst thing in the world, especially if you need it, and there are people who do need it. Um, it's good to have an exit strategy, uh, or at least if not an exit strategy, not a complete one, maybe at least a partial one where you start planning on tapering off and see how much of it, how well you do as you back off, because you know, doing that to your brain is not the best thing in the world to do. Um, and the less you do, the better it is for you. So you really want to find just the minimum amount of ECT you need, um, and that's the way I would go about that. It's the same advice I would give for lithium, because lithium is the same. It's got its own problems, only instead of your brain, it's your kidneys. And if you need to find the lowest amount possible if you want to be able to not have spend your days in dialysis. So um, I I'm on I'm basically living off Klonopin and Seroquel right now. I don't have anything else yet, and I'm hoping my psychiatrist is going to come up with something interesting and good. Meanwhile, I'm poking around. Like I said, if anyone out there has anything interesting that I may not have tried, I'd be happy to hear about it. But I guess I guess it's bye for good here. I'll unless I find something fantastic, I'm not gonna go babbling on anymore. I've already been babbling on quite a bit for this one. Um, so I hope those of you who are out there looking for answers, um, I hope you find them. Um, and sometimes you find them and they're short-term answers, like my drinking for 2. I don't think drinking for 2 weeks straight at the bar. They didn't even have to. I probably could have slept there. Um, that's a real short-term answer. Lithium for me, kind of a short-term answer. I have to quit it, but I've been taking it for 10 years. Um, Other drugs that I've been on, and other procedures I've gone through, some have been a lot longer or shorter. It didn't didn't matter. You should always go into something thinking that it's not going to last forever. You're never going to find the one best thing you can do and that will take care of you for the rest of your life. I found that to be disappointingly true. So I'm out of here. Good luck.